Number 53, the false analogy. The fallacy of incorrectly comparing one thing to another in order to draw a false conclusion. Example, just like an alley cat needs to prowl, a normal adult can't be tied down to a single lever. Interesting. The opposite of this fallacy is the sui generis fallacy, also difference, a postmodern stance that rejects the validity of analogy and of inductive reasoning altogether because any given person, place, thing, or idea under consideration is sui generis. Example, different and unique in a class unto itself. Okay, got it. So it's essentially this one is the poor usage of analogies. I pride myself on having fantastic analogies. So what I see this is just poor usage of analogies and bad skill at making them or malicious intent with analogies. And I yeah, that's what I see here. And yeah, I 100% endorse the usage of analogies. I think it's one of the most important things anybody can do when trying to get a point across. Because helping people borrowing logic from one thing people definitely very much understand and helping them see how the logic is mirrored over is one of the fastest ways to have people understand something you're trying to teach them. So I definitely, if anybody ever said, well, two things are completely different, you can't compare them, I would immediately be like, nope, absolutely not. Disagree. Analogies are important. That's my that's my shares on this one.
Yeah. So first one seems to be um, falsely using analogies where you're comparing two different things. And I've often seen this one used with equivocation. Um, when you're saying, oh my gosh, it's hard for me to think of an example right now. Um, but I'll probably find one and come back to it eventually. But yeah, this to identify a false analogy is actually pretty challenging, at least for me, because without being accused of doing the opposite of this one, where you're just like, oh well, those two things are different. Yes, they are, and that's why it's an analogy. Um, but I think the important thing to distinguish here is that if the formula for the logical conclusion is the same, then the analogy is valid. If it's different, it's invalid. Um, so I think that's the main thing. Um, there's a game called The Last of Us Part Two, and in the game, there's two different communities that are doing a wrong thing, and you're seeing the perspective from one side that says, they're like, yeah, well, they're just a cult. They're doing all these bad things, and they're killing people over not believing what they believe. And then someone's like, yeah, but we do the same thing. And the character's like, yeah, well, that's different. No, it's not. It's the same. The formula is the same. So that is a valid analogy. So hopefully that helps.
Does. Bryce, thank you for the time. I appreciate you. As always, it's always a good time to hang out and do the thing. I get to roll.